Recording. Okay.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, Roshni. Thank you very much.
Hey, Shobit, I'm good.
Very nervous.
Excited.
Can you both introduce yourself?
My name is Mathew.
My name is Mathew.
So, my name's Christina Mathew.
My name is Jason John.
I'm Christine Varghese.
So what have been your various leadership roles within the church?
I actually had to go to my LinkedIn profile because I've jotted it all down there.
I was co-secretary for 2 years, moved into the secretary for another 2 years.
I was the youth secretary of the St. Matthew's Marthoma Church when it first started,
Being an assistant secretary.
a treasurer and an auditor of the youth group as well.
I've been the superintendent of the Sunday school for 3 years.
Fundraising lead for a regional conference.
Been an area rep member for Brampton South. What Brampton South?
Praise and worship leader. One of the members who started youth worship services here at St. Matthew's.
Where I had the privilege of leading the carol rounds, which is a very difficult task.
I also coordinated VBS with Mathew.
I am now Sunday school secretary.
And the most important role I think I've played is being a Sunday school teacher for the last 20 years.
I have been a Sunday school teacher. Grade 6 was always my favorite. I taught grade 6 a few times, and then I even followed a grade 6 class into grade 7. I think I've taught everybody in this room except for Cello. Yeah.
Do you identify yourself as a leader?
While we were preparing for this, we were in call, and the only thing we kept repeating at each other was like, how did we end up here?
I don't really see myself as a leader.
I don't always see it as being a leader, but more as a volunteer to serve within our community.
Happy that people think I am a leader. It just makes me feel like I'm doing what God wanted me to do.
When I say living lost, what does that mean to you?
I didn't understand what living last meant. I had to think about it for a bit.
I think in one sentence, living last basically means putting God first.
Glorifying God in everything that you do.
Okay, so living last to me, I think about Jesus' statement, which is many of the first will be the last, and many of the last will be the first. So I'm just thinking, based on that statement that he gave in the Bible, I think the value system in heaven is just going to be completely different from the value system we have here on earth.
And I think it's also like intention, right? Like you got to make sure that your intentions are right. It's not really a popularity contest. You got to make sure that you're doing it for the right reason, for glorifying God.
Would you say that comes naturally to you? Is it easy? Is it difficult?
It's really difficult. It's not easy at all.
My difficulty in seeking that living last mentality is my own self. I'm privileged because I've been brought up in a family that promotes living last. I'm surrounded by people that believe in putting God first, which again, I'm very privileged. It's a little bit harder because we're influenced by so many things. We live in a secular world.
It's so easy to slip away from putting God first.
I think naturally we're all inclined to seek the limelight, to enjoy the praise, to enjoy the glory. I think the minute you get a hit of it, you want it more and more and more. There is that fine line that a lot of us talk about during praise and worship where we don't want it to be a performance. We want it more so to be glorifying God.
How do you respond to challenges to your leadership or just judgment from other people?
Even the first thing when I told my mom that, hey, you're more involved in church, like the fundraising position for regional conference, she said, bring it to Lord in prayer.
There are people in my life that I look up to spiritually, friends that I look up to that help guide me through this journey. They also help me to grow spiritually. They help me to identify, again, gaps within my faith.
You know, one of the most important things that I've learned over time is to remember the third beatitude, which is, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." So many assume the term means weak, tame, or deficient in courage. But the biblical understanding of meekness is power under control. But power under control really changes when you say power under God's control.
What role do you think mentorship and discipleship play in fostering a culture of love and service within the Christian community?
Everyone feels like they don't know everything that's everybody is talking about, and they haven't done everything that everybody is talking about. Sort of this imposter syndrome. Everybody has a certain level of it. I've grown the most and I've learned the most from leaders that are willing to grow with me.
One of the biggest thing I'd say we both of us grew up with was like leading by example, and seeing that we're like, wow, Achacha's Chichis, we would like obviously, you know, see them as leaders and like sometimes even superheroes, because like obviously you would want to like simulate that or be someone who can show those characteristics traits to others, right?
And honestly, like after a period of time, as I had been raising a family, now seeing you guys doing this, it has been so inspiring, and I'm like so grateful because now I see my kid looking up to every one of you guys and wanting to do everything that you're doing as well.
There are a lot of people that encourage me to go into some positions and you know, try things out and see how it goes, right? And that's how we got here. Right?
Yeah. Also, when somebody asks you to take on an opportunity within leadership, that's somebody who really sees something in you that you don't see in yourself.
Now seeing each and every one of you take these active roles and absolutely kill it has been the most incredible thing to witness. It fills me up with so much love that it only inspires me to serve even more.
What advice do you have for others who are in those positions?
The first thing you have to do when you start any endeavor, any project, is to pray about it. Ask God for the ability to continue to keep the shine on Him. Being afraid not of failure shouldn't be an option, especially when it comes to faith. Like taking that first step, take that leap is what I would say.
Ask as many questions as possible. Don't even hesitate to reach out. Be sure to reach out to the right people, the older youths, or just the individuals that were there before you. So rather than trying to figure it all out, I've just chosen to focus on God's instruction of loving God with all your heart and loving your neighbor as yourself.
These are always thankless jobs, but trust me, the treasure that's awaiting for you because of what you put in today here on earth is much, much greater. And you might not be able to comprehend that today, but there is something greater awaiting for you.
Okay, wow. Thank you for just dropping all the gems, Jason. Gem after gem.
So good. You guys had no reason to be. Yeah, I don't know why you guys. I also don't understand you guys don't think of yourselves as. I don't even know what I said. I literally don't understand things.
Hopefully all the good things.
Can I do that all over again? Just didn't feel right. All right.